Okay, we're officially recording. Okay, I did repost the link, so if anyone needs it, they can get it. It is 7:07. That's what we'll do going forward. I'll just repost it. Good evening, future diplomats. For anyone that is new, my name is Travis, and I am, like you, a future United States diplomat. My goal is to help anyone who is on the same path of passing the Foreign Service Officer test in every aspect of it. So the end goal can be starting a 100, and of course collaborate with anyone in this group as I did not start it. If there's anyone who would like to volunteer to lead a few or a dozen sessions, so just let me know. Tonight we're going to be following the agenda that's inside of the event link, and we have some feedback that I've been responsible for, and I want to make sure I'm adhering to it. We apparently enjoyed the role play, so I did bring back the role play, and I will be, instead of going directly into the public diplomacy career track, we will start with the consular career track, and then we'll go into the management career track. So because it's 7:09, we'll just adjust it, since everyone is coming in. We're going to start with speaking about the situational awareness and judgment. And then we'll do a role play with two volunteers, and then we'll take two more volunteers for the management. I do encourage everyone to take notes, as the very next activity is situational report. So everyone will be responsible for recapping the role play as they were aware of it as it happened, in a way that is precise, concise, and deliberate. So I will be playing the role, as I consistently do, as my future hopeful job as either a DCM or an ambassador, and I will we'll have two future diplomats to work out the role play. Last role play that we did, it was very tense, as we went directly into situational awareness, and we did actually provide a scenario for two of our own to interpret, and but also to recap. But instead, I'll allow everyone in the chat to provide their recap, their small paragraph of what they experienced. So again, just to recap the agenda, we're going to speak a little bit about situational awareness and judgment. We're going to do the role play for the consular career track, and then we're going to go directly into the management career track. This is actually right on time because it's 7:10, and it's the time that we have for consular. And then we will spend the remainder of the time live providing a situational recap report of one of the two scenarios. You can choose either one. So probably the easiest thing to do is just do them both and just share one or both towards the end. And of course, as we always do, we'll wrap with feedback, and then we'll prepare for the next session by sharing what we'll do next. Just so I'm also being forthcoming, next session we're going to be not starting over, but more so starting from the beginning with actually preparing for the writing, actually preparing for the personal narratives. This is also helping with that, as it is situational awareness and preparing to be able to elicit your job knowledge, and there is a portion for job knowledge, but it's also will help with your writing, being able to write in the moment, as we're not always able to prepare for the essays ahead of time. So this is also helping you sharpen and also share your recaps with everyone here, so we can also provide some live feedback so we can grow together. So situational awareness and situational judgment. And just like last time, as we know, there's things that will happen. There is no boring job in the Foreign Service, with the Department of State. There's always something happening every single day, just like any office that's corporate or nonprofit for that matter, or for profit. There's always people involved. In our case, we're going to be preparing for the global stage where it's not just office gossip. It can be treason. It can be bribery. Tonight, one of our scenarios is going to be based on working through contracts, and that's going to be the management career track. So, and also with the consular career track, this is going to be a familiar one as it was national news. I did spend quite some time researching this week on these scenarios, just so I can make sure I did provide a relevant scenario to everyone here as for the consular and management career tracks. So it should be fun. All right, before I break down the scenario, I need 2 volunteers that are specifically in the consular career path. Is anyone here? I know this is a smaller room, but is anyone in the consular career path? Hello, we have our first volunteer. I will try. It's gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. All right, I need one more. I need one more volunteer. Yeah, one more volunteer. And if you're not in the consular career path, it's okay. Not everyone speak up at once. We're all gonna be using our voice to build bridges with these different countries one day. So, all right, I will choose someone. Because we had our first arrival in the meeting, I'm gonna go with, and please correct me on your name, Karine. Trying to get a place where I can talk. Oh, Karine, it looks like somebody's trying to save you from the heat. It's like Kate is trying to save you. Ooh, you lucky. Ooh, okay. But it's okay. I have another scenario, and that's for the management. That's for the management one. That's gonna be fun as well. So, Kate, thank you for volunteering. Not every hero wears capes, so thank you. Are you? So I'm gonna go ahead and share the scenario. Are you able to hear while you're trying to find a place to talk? Perfect. Okay, she is. Okay, let's get started. So this is the first scenario. This is promoting leadership amidst allegations of corruption. So I said that this was consular with this. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I actually need to skip to the consular. I'm sorry. One moment. You already got a hint of what's coming. Okay, here we go. Consular. Managing a high-profile consular case is a scenario. So here's the background. You are a consular officer at the United States Embassy in Russia. Recently, a high-profile case involving WNBA basketball player Brittany Griner has drawn significant international attention. Griner was arrested and sentenced to 9 years in prison, August 4th, 2024, just 2 years ago, for drug-related charges. After intense negotiations and mounting pressure on the White House, the U.S. agreed to a prisoner swap, exchanging Griner for convicted Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. Griner was released December 8th, 2022, nearly 10 months in prison. So I'm going to share that background of the situation in the chat, just so everyone here can have something to help them recap. And I will also provide my recap as well, so I'm not excluded from this exercise because I like to learn as well. So you have your background. Here's the situation. As consular officers, you have two primary responsibilities. One, ensuring the well-being and fair treatment of U.S. citizens abroad. Two, managing the diplomatic and media fallout from high-profile cases. All right. The challenge, and this is for my two volunteers. You must handle the immediate aftermath of Greiner's release, coordinating her safe return to the U.S. while managing the intense media scrutiny and diplomatic implications. Additionally, you must ensure that all protocols are followed and that Greiner receives the necessary support during the transition. Your task, should you choose to accept it. Diplomatic Student 1. You are the lead consular officer. Your tasks include coordinating with Russian authorities, overseeing Greiner's departure, and managing communications with the State Department and Greiner's family. Diplomatic Student 2. You are the public affairs officer, which would be Kate because she volunteered into the role. And we have our number 1, which is the actual consular. Diplomatic Student 2, you are the public affairs officer. Your responsibility including handling media inquiries, preparing statements, and ensuring that accurate information is disseminated to the public. I'm going to share the instructions of this exercise as well. Copy and paste. There we go. Obviously, we do not know our official jobs, as we have not received a year or two of training in the Foreign Service Institute in Washington, D.C. However, all of us have similar builds in character and thinking, in our experience. There's things that we bring to the table that are attractive to the Foreign Service. So your task will be to coordinate with the Foreign Affairs officer and also prepare for the media scrutiny. So what I'm looking for you to do, the instructions. So I'm going to give you the scenarios here. I'm going to give you additional context, and I want you two to work it out verbally. And those who are taking notes, everything that they're going to be talking about there's also going to be coupled with the background and situation and challenge that I have posted in our chat. So the instructions: coordinate the release and departure. Work with the Russian authorities to ensure smooth and safe transfer of Brittany Griner. Arrange for transportation and any necessary medical and psychological support for Griner. 2. Manage communications. Maintain clear and constant communication with the State Department and provide updates on the situation. Keep Griner's family informed and offer them support and reassurance. Handle media public and inquiries. Handle media and public inquiries. Draft a press release that addresses Griner's release, the prisoner swap, and her expected return to the United States. Prepare responses for potential media questions and manage the flow of information to avoid misinformation. And lastly, the actual transition itself, ensure that Griner has access to medical and psychological care if needed, facilitate her reintegration, and provide assistance with any legal and personnel issues that she may have. I kind of gave that as additional guidance, as again, we don't have the official training, but now that you have your cards to play in this real scenario, again, Kate, you would be the public affairs officer, and Ian, and forgive me, this is how I see it on the screen. I do remember you telling me your name. I don't remember at the moment. I'm just looking at it on the screen here. Natalie, thank you. You are the lead consular officer. So your task is coordinating with the Russian authorities, overseeing Griner's departure, managing communications with the State Department and Griner's family. And Kate, you are the public affairs officer. Your responsibilities including in handling media inquiries, preparing for statements, and ensuring the accurate information is disseminated to the public. So, and in my role, as I've just shared, I am the DCM that is giving your task for this tough situation. So, what I'd like for you to do is work together as things are coming your way. I've already shared the difficulties and the challenges. I would like for you to coordinate these things and also come up with any additional things that we may need to prepare for, as the media is going to have a frenzy. But also, we don't know what Brittany may have been exposed to or what she may have experienced while she was there. We need to make sure that she is not coming over here with any intent, coming back with any intent to harm the United States. She knew before she went there that she should not have gotten the illegal substance while she was there. Not sure, why she would represent a nationally recognized or world platform team like the WNBA, or a platform like the WNBA, and harm her own image, but also us as the United States. But we need to make sure that there's nothing that's going to be harming her if we were to execute this. I'm going to leave you to it. You're the best at it, and I trust you. We can put a pin in it. That is amazing. So, first of all, congratulations. I know how difficult and strenuous that was, but you were able to stay in character. I know this is not an acting school or anything close to it. Um, it's really amazing. Uh, so yeah, definitely shout out to you both, seriously, because it's not easy to one speak on a job you've never done, two speak on current events that or now U.S. history because it's happened already that you may not be fully aware of. I know it was a high profile case, but you were able to think objectively based on my perception of the scenario and just handle it the best way you know how. Everyone here in this room has skills in organization, leadership, and more. So I know that you were going to be capable of doing it. So congratulations, that was amazing. I did create my recap, so I will. If anyone would like to share theirs in the chat, we'll drop it in there for the sake of time, and then we will provide feedback on how we were able to go about it, and to see if there's ways that we can make it either shorter or be more precise, or maybe there's some critical details that we missed, or even any compliments, of course. So again, congratulations to you too. And here, just make sure I'm not misspelling anything because there is no spell check on the FSOA. Okay, good. I've recently disabled my Grammarly, and I'm realizing how dependent I was on it. So, oh my God, yeah. So here's my recap, and no pressure. If you do not do your recap now, you can share it after both recaps because I did offer the option to do recaps for either or. Here's a surprise for you both. Since you actually participated, you don't have to do this one. You don't have to recap this one. I'll join next week. All right, no problem. Thank you. Oh, you can't hear me. But okay. Yeah, Sam was let us know they had a run. All right, the next scenario is a bit of a doozy, but it's going to be fun. So here's the background before anyone volunteers. Imagine you are the Foreign Service officer manager. I'm sorry. Imagine you are the Foreign Service officer manager, the FSO manager at a mid-sized embassy. Let's say it's Indonesia. One of your officers, let's say, no, I don't want to say Sam. Let's say Officer Taylor has consistently demonstrated exceptional performance. Officer Taylor's efforts have led to securing several key contracts that are beneficial to both your home country and the host country. Due to the accomplishments, there are strong recommendations to promote Officer Taylor to a higher responsibility position. The scenario: promoting leadership amidst allegations of corruption. I was watching a YouTube channel of this diplomat. I cannot think of her name, but I will share her YouTube channel in the group. But it was a really good interview. A former management career track officer shared her ups and downs and thoughts on working with the Department of State and also working specifically in the management track. And she shared that there's a lot of corruption I was kind of surprised that she said that, but I'm glad that she did because it gave me ammunition to create this scenario. She says that because human resource, or sorry, the management track, I'm sorry, I'm coming from the HR stand, but for the management track, there are a lot of, so basically it's the operations center of it all. It's the operations hub. So there's contracts being made for things being built for the consulates, for the embassy, for employment, for specialists, for locals who are working for the embassy, for work for the spouses and partners to work while the foreign service officer is working there, tandem couples. There's a lot, like purchasing things, like travel. There's a lot that the management officer does, and even more than I just shared. But one thing that she shared in her small interview, in that one segment, it was like a 16-minute interview, is that because there's a lot of money involved in working with the state, sometimes if someone wants to expedite or get favoritism, then they may try to, hit them up with some money. They might try to share some money with them to gain favor, or to speed it up, or get them to choose. Either way, it's not a good thing. So this is what that background is about. So here's the situation. Despite Officer Taylor's impressive achievements, there are troubling rumors circulating within the embassy. It is said that Officer Taylor has coordinated with corrupt foreign officials to expedite contract approvals and has accepted money in exchange for these favors. Although there is no concrete evidence to support these allegations, the rumors are pervasive and have caused concern amongst the embassy staff and senior management. Here's the challenge. As the Foreign Service Officer Manager, you must decide whether to promote Officer Taylor, or whether not, I should say, to promote Officer Taylor. This decision requires you to balance the need for integrity and ethical behavior with the desire to recognize and reward outstanding performance. Additionally, you must consider the morale and trust within your team, given the impact of these rumors. The roles of our volunteers: so the Diplomat 1, you are the Foreign Service Manager, the Foreign Service Officer Manager. Your tasks are to investigate the allegations, make a recommendation on the promotion, and communicate your decision to both the embassy staff and higher ups. The second student, the diplomatic student 2, you are the Human Resources Officer, which is also part of management, but you are the Human Resources Officer. Your responsibilities include managing the internal investigation and gathering information discreetly and providing your report to the FSO manager, which is the first diplomat in this scenario. I need 2 volunteers. Five, 4, 3, 2. Kareem, my friend, thank you so much for participating. Well, okay, not a problem. We all get a pass, right? So, and this is actually my first. Well, this is our second time doing role plays, so it's not like this is what we're always doing. Traditionally, we, depending on the needs of the majority of people in the group, we may focus on specific parts of the FSOT or the oral exam or those types of things. But yeah, this is just something new I'm trying, and Seemed like we got some good feedback last time, so just try it again. But yeah, I'll just look for your recap. Okay, so Deanna and Viv, you're the only two left. But I should ask, your career tracks, Deanna and Viv, what are they? Okay. And Viv? Okay. For sure. Glad you came. I feel like I've seen your name before, but maybe just in the chat. Yeah. Totally, I agree. Um, I've recently picked up my studying like 100-fold. So I was only studying like once a week before. Now it's like every day. So this is like all I think about now, besides being a dad and a husband and working, of course, in my business. But yeah, it's definitely become a part of my everyday life now, to a point where I even downloaded some trivia games like Trivia Crack, focusing on the specific subjects of the FSOT, and it's nice to have that portion of U.S. history and world history and European history gamified, African history gamified. So, but this should be fun. It's not going to be too hard or difficult. It's probably just more fun than anything. So here's the task. Um, Investigate. We'll love to name. We'll love the name of the trivia. It is called Trivia Crack. I'll actually drop it in there right now so you can have it. The actual link to it. I was just playing it probably too much last night. It feels like a game, but it's really copy and paste. If we all get a chance to work together and there's a trivia night, y'all can definitely count on me. I know a lot of random facts, a little random things. So, yeah, people tend to want to tag me in. Well, like whenever like my friends and I go out to these different little parties and bars and things. So, yeah. All right. So here's the task. Investigate the allegations. Oh, in fact, let me drop the actual scenario in there just so if anyone needs to read it while considering the scenario here. Copy. I know we all learn different ways. I know I do. So I never want to assume that everyone is good with just me reading it out loud to them. So that's the scenario and background in the challenge. The things to consider in your conversation. Oh, first let me assign. So Diplomat 1, let's go with you, Diana, and Diplomat 2 will be Viv. So to restate your roles, Diana, you will be the FSO manager. Your tasks are to investigate the allegations. Essentially, you're responsible high level and you're directing it. Your test is to investigate the allegations, make a recommendation on the promotion, and communicate your decision to both the embassy staff and higher ups. Viv, you will be the human resources officer in this case. Your responsibilities including manage the internal investigation, will be to gather information discreetly and provide a report to Diana. So, ideally, the type of thinking you want in this scenario is that Vivi report to Diana, and Vivi, you're gonna be investigating internally and getting information, like most HR folks do, like I've done the last 10 years of my life. And then Diana, you will be responsible for collecting this information. You'll still be investigating it a little bit more publicly, the allegations and the rumors, but it will be to either decide to promote Officer Taylor or to not promote him, and also communicate your decision to everyone involved, including the embassy staff and higher ups. So, and in this scenario, I'll be playing the same role, leadership, the DCM. What I would like for you both to do, so now I'm officially in character. I would like for you to investigate the allegations, conduct a thorough and discreet investigation into the rumors about Officer Taylor, gather information from various sources such as interviewing staff, reviewing contracts, and checking financial records. Also, evaluate performances and in ethics. I want you to weigh Officer Taylor's achievements and contributions against the ethical concerns raised by the rumors. Consider the potential impact of promoting someone with these unresolved allegations of unethical behavior. Lastly, I would like for you both to decide whether to proceed with the promotion or delay it pending further investigation, or should we go ahead and just take disciplinary action. Clearly communicate your decision and the reasoning behind it both to Officer Taylor and the embassy staff, and ensure that your decision and actions promote a culture of integrity and ethical behavior inside the embassy. Okay. It has to be completed. Okay. Okay. Again, um, no one is officially trained here on the role. I think that you did a really great job, giving the very brief information, leaning to your confidence, leaning to your current skills. Again, everyone here has some sort of leadership, some type of way to provide analysis, some experience when it comes to um, collaborating on a level where the information or anything that you do, the outcome would be critical or essential. So honestly, I don't think you were doing too bad. I was able to provide, and I'm in the middle of actually typing my recap right now. Here, the next, I have two sentences down, but yet I would feel confident with one more sentence essentially. But no, good job, good job. I think that was great. Um, Again, this is not an acting session or study session. This is us providing your primary role for everyone that volunteered is to essentially provide context to everyone else so that we can provide our paragraphs of situational awareness because that's going to be a part of our normal job essentially. No matter what we do, we're going to have to be able to communicate not only verbally but through written submission to anyone that we report to. And on top of that, some additional things that I learned today is that even once you secure your role and your place within the Foreign Service, even then, it's a huge organization, and how you communicate, how you handle things, how you perceive things, that's also going to determine the growth of your career. Now, if you don't have any goals for changing stations and trying different roles, and you just want to stay in that one role, then I don't know what they do with that. But I think there's hundreds of roles within every station, and I think although we have our career tracks, everyone has to be a consular at least once, to my understanding. And then from that point, and I'm not saying that that's going to be the first role, but to my understanding, based on every interview I've ever heard and seen and podcasts that I've heard, that everyone at some point in their tour will be a counselor. So it's good that we're doing these scenarios so we can have that ability to recap situations. So good job. You did not put your foot in your mouth. Shout out to you both. You did a phenomenal job. Natalie has a response. I would let him know that he's been investigated. Let him know that there has been unethical behavior on his behalf, and we are going to make a decision after the investigation concludes. That is directly to the point. I think if I heard that verbally, I wouldn't hear the commas as well, but there's a lot of periods in there where it should be. And I know that you're probably not thinking, well, I didn't think about it, which is fine. But verbally, I think I would have heard that it's like directly and succinctly. It's actually really great verbally, but because I'm reading it, I clearly do see there's like the sentence structures is not there, but not bad. You did recap the scenario there. One thing that we want to do as we're in this group, we want to make sure that we're treating it at the level and operating and executing at the level as if we had a job. And because I know that, well, maybe yeah, as if we have the job, based on feedback that I received from different foreign service officers and people who have gotten into an A100. It's because once we go to our oral exam and they want to see how we collaborate with others, that is going to be like what we're doing right now, and walking into it with confidence that we've actually already done it. We're writing our essays on the spot, like right there in the test. I think that's going to be super critical that we practice now how we want to start and how we want to finish. So thank you though for being first to share your recap. Everyone else, although we're technically at the end of our session, you can either share it on the phone while we're recording, and we can provide feedback while it's being recorded, or you can just share it directly in the chat, and we provide feedback through the chat on each other's, and we can do it like I just want to make sure I'm respecting each other's time, keeping my promise for the time that we have. And I will also ask, as I do every week, if there's any feedback that you have for me, if there's ways that I can improve in getting the topics together and helping, listening. I just want to make sure that I'm doing that, but also if there's something that we should focus on in our upcoming sessions, do let me know. Our next session, we'll be hitting some of the reset button, and we'll be focusing on starting with the test from the very beginning, which is understanding what we need to prepare for, and that is our personal narratives. Actually, I think that we should actually start working with that. Although this exercise is helping us gain the confidence in writing, we should probably actually go directly into writing it, the actual personal narrative. So I will share some prompts throughout the week, and just for the sake of time, just so we're not on the call writing, although it wouldn't be too terrible to just have that time and have that dedicated time for let's say 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes of the session. I just want to make sure I'm respecting everyone's time, and maybe we can do them before if we can. If you can't, then you can do it on the call. But I will make sure that everyone has the prompts prior, and we will actually focus on helping each other craft and revise our personal narratives. If that is all, if again any feedback, you can put it in the chat. You can give it to me verbally. Everyone have a good evening. It is a minute after the top of the hour. If anyone thinks that we should extend our times beyond an hour, do let me know. I know sometimes I feel like I'm trying to rush or put so much into 60 minutes, but definitely let me know, and I would like to receive any positive, constructive, or any challenging feedback from each of you. So, thank you. Thank you, not a problem. Great job. Your job to our volunteers. You did great. I look forward to reading your recaps, and everyone provide feedback. We're in this together. Speaking of, tomorrow, keep Enna in your hearts and minds. She goes to A100. Her and her husband. So they are a tandem couple. He didn't pass, but they are a tandem couple. So they're going. He's gonna keep taking it, but he's gonna be there. They're getting set up in an apartment. This is some. I'm gonna stop recording. This is some after